Namo Buddhaya. Welcome to another video. Now, a couple of days ago, I met this young gentleman, and he was in his 30s. He was very young, and he said that he has been practicing spirituality, meditation, and Buddhism for a long period of time, more than 4 years. And he said, all of a sudden, unfortunately, his parents died because of a car crash. And with that incident, none of his spiritual practices and meditations and what he have learned about the spirituality and Buddhism, none of them worked. And he started to grieve and suffer, and the pain, he could not handle it. So he asked from me, how can I handle this grief, and how can I handle this losing loved ones? So here's the thing. It is very difficult. I know it is very difficult to handle this situation, because losing loved ones is one of the most difficult things and most difficult pains that we have to go through in all of our lives. Okay? The Buddha said that this is one of the truths in our life. We all have to face, no matter where we are born, no matter who we are, we all have to go through this situation. Either we are going to lose our loved ones, or they are going to lose us. Okay, this is the truth in our life. But how can we handle the pain when we go through these tough times? It is all about practice. And it is and also remember, no matter how much you practice the spirituality, and no matter how much you practice these meditations, all the things about the spirituality, don't think that you're going to be okay with losing loved ones. Okay, you will definitely feel sadness. You will definitely feel that grief inside you, because that is the truth in our life. But there are several things that we can do to handle this pain. Okay, there are several things that we can do to get up from this pain. It is not about how often you fall down. It is about how you stand up and how you bounce back from that difficult situation. So one thing that we have to remember is that one advice that Buddha gave us is try to recall and try to reflect about the life, the truth in this life, that I'm going to lose every loving person around me. Now, this may seem scary to you, because no one likes to think that they are going to lose the loving people, maybe their parents, maybe their husband and wife, children. No one likes to think about it. They're going to lose that person. But the reality is that one day we have to face that situation. No one can deny it. No one can deny the truth. Okay? So when you think about it, and when you get ready for that situation, to make up your mind to face that situation with a strong mind, then it is very easy for you to ease the pain. It doesn't mean that you don't feel the pain. It means that it will help you to ease the pain and get out from it and get on with your life again. Okay? So the Buddha said, oftenly, this is one advice from the Buddha. The Buddha said, Sabbehi me piyehi manapehi nana bhavo vina bhavoti abhinnang pachavekitham. Oftenly reflect that I am going to lose loving people around me one day. Okay? When you know that, when you think about it in the correct way, you know that you don't have much time with these people. You have a little time with these people. In this human world, we have a little time, right? We don't have much time. So you know that if we were able to live like more than 90 years, okay, that is very lucky, that we are very lucky. So that is the thing. We have a little time on this earth. Okay, we have little time with these people. In that little time, if we know that we are going to lose them, in that little time, we can cherish the memories, and we can be with them we can treat them kindly. We can treat them with compassion. Okay, and we can be a good person to them, be a good memory to them. So if you became a good memory to the people around you, then you don't have to worry about losing them. Why? Because you became a good person to them. Okay, you made them happy and you treated them kindly. That is what they need, and that's what people need. That's what people around us need from us. Okay, so in that little time we gave the best we can. Okay, so in that way you can be happy. Okay, although this person left me, although my parents died or left me, although my husband or wife, my children left me, I don't want to worry about it, because I became a happy memory, a good memory to them. I treated them nicely and kindly while they were alive. Okay, by thinking that, you can be happy. But you get the chance to think about it only when you think about that you're going to lose them one day. Okay, so thinking about losing loved ones is not that negative. Okay, if you think it in a correct way. So if you have gotten ready for that, then you think like, oh, this is what I have expected, and I was expecting this. Okay, so in that way, remember, one day we all have to go through this situation. If we can make up our mind to be a good person and to be a good memory to them, then that is the best thing that you can do. And also remember one thing, okay? There are people, loving people around you, and they became the source of happiness of yourself. And when they die, don't make them the source of your pain. Okay, if they see you that you're wailing and you're crying and you're lamenting and you're worrying about their death, they will not be happy. And also remember, the people who lived around you became the source of your happiness. So after their death, do not make them the source of your pain and agony. So keep them in your mind. So treat people nicely and kindly while they are alive, and then you can be happy with your life. Namo Buddhaya. Namo Buddhaya. Welcome and welcome back to another video. In today's video, I will be answering a question from comments. So one of our viewers have asked from us that he has mentioned, my exams are near, especially final exams. I am totally stressed and I'm tensed. So I feel like not doing anything. Please help me. And the question ended with a sad emoji mark. So I'm extremely passionate about answering these kinds of questions. So in this video, I will be sharing with you some tips and things that you can practice in your daily life to overcome this exam stress and also the stress in any kind of challenges. Okay? So here's the thing. First of all, you have to remember that not only exams makes us fear or stressed. Almost all the challenges that we face in our life, when we face them, we feel stressed and we feel depressed. Okay? We feel the fear. So fear and the stress and this that feeling, that the tense feeling that is inside your mind is a common human reaction. That means you are not alone in this world. Everyone, even including myself, and everyone feels this. Okay? Everyone feels that. So you're not alone. So the first thing that you have to understand is what is in your control and what is not. Okay? So let me ask you a question from you. Is the questions that you face in the exam paper, the questions that you get in the exam paper, is it under your control? No, they are not. Okay? You don't know what you're going to face, but one thing that you know is you will be getting one of the questions from the things that you have been taught. Okay? That is for sure, you will get that. So the questions that we get is totally not under our control. How the examiners make the question is not under your control. So if something is not under your control, is it worth worrying about? If you have no anything to do about that, right? If you cannot do anything to change it, no, you don't want to worry about that, because why we should worry about the things that we cannot control or we cannot change? So that is the thing. The exam questions are not under your control. Understand it, first of all. And the next step, what is in your control? Exactly the process getting ready for the exam, studying, and the amount of hours that you study and the techniques that you use to study, okay, and how productive you become is totally under your control, okay? So you can do something about that. So if you can change something, if you can do something about that, should you worry about that? You don't want to worry about that because it is totally under your control, okay? That is one thing. And the next thing that you have to do is to try to be in this present moment. Because in the times of exams, we are so focused on maybe like in the future or to the past. Sometimes if we haven't done anything, like if we haven't studied, what happens with us is we constantly regret about the things that you have done in past, okay? And if you're stressed about the exams, what will be happening in the exam, then you are constantly regretting or thinking about the future. We hardly stay in this present moment. So what we can do is we can train our mind to stay in this present moment, because you only own this moment, not the past, not the future, but the present, okay? So do some meditations, do some mindful exercises to be present, to stay in this moment and make a good choice to study, to make a change in your life. That is one thing that you can do. And the another thing that you can do is to get used to this thinking of impermanence, thinking about impermanence, okay? In Buddhism, it gives a huge space to talk about and think about and reflect about the impermanence, okay? Whatever feeling that you feel now, maybe stress, maybe depression, maybe anxiety, maybe happiness, whatever the feeling that you feel, let it be good or bad, it is impermanent. It is going to change. So for sure, your exam stress, right, how you feel about exam is also going to change over the time. So you don't want to worry about that, okay? That is one thing that you can do to focus your mind on impermanence. And the other thing that you can do is to be the best that you can be. Not to be the best in the class, maybe in the school, or maybe in this university, not to be the best, but to be the best version of yourself, okay? If you try to be the best version of yourself, you try your best to do it. You give your best to do it. You give your fullest potential to do it, okay? So there's another problem that comes in here, okay? Our parents have lots of expectations about us. Even that makes us a little bit stressed. So what we can do? This is one thing that I give as an advice for all the students if they have those kinds of problems. You have to maintain a good communication with your parents, okay? Go to your parents and say, Amma or Tata or Mama or Dada, maybe I cannot be the best in the school, maybe I cannot take the fullest marks in the exam, maybe I cannot be the best in the university or somewhere else, but I will try my best in the exam. I will give my fullest potential to study and to be good at exams, okay? So when you do that, your parents will understand about you, okay? That is one thing that you can do. And finally, this is one thing that you have to do and you must do during these exam times. Be kind to yourself. Take care of yourself. Sometimes some children, they try harder by not sleeping and spending sleepless nights and not having proper healthy foods and not having proper nutrition while they're studying. That will not help you to be productive, okay? So you must study as well as you must maintain a good health, because that will help you to maintain a good mental balance, okay? So be kind to yourself, okay? If mistakes can happen from anyone, okay? You can make mistakes in your life, okay? But you have to forgive yourself. And also you have to remember that exams are not the life. There are so many things that you can do and you have to do beyond the exams. And this is not the only challenge that you're going to face in your life. Okay? So keep these tips in your mind and practice these things, and then face the exam. So I hope you will get some light on this topic. So I wish all the best and all the very best in your exams. Be more productive and live your life happily. Namo Buddhaya.